James Cleveland Owens, more commonly known as Jesse Owens, is recognized as one of the greatest athletes of all time. He won 3 championships in high school, broke several records in college at The Ohio State University, and then won 4 gold medals at the Berlin Olympic Games, just 3 years after his high school success. However, what many people do not realize is the adversity that he faced before and after his success.
Jesse's family moved to Cleveland, Ohio in search for a better life in the prospering steel town. They were a part of the Great Migration, in which 1.5 million blacks moved from the segregated South to big cities in search for industrial work in a nation that was rapidly modernizing. Jesse's success begins when he was influenced to go for the track team by his PE teacher. He found immediate success and continued to win, leading to his remarkable performance at the infamous 1936 Berlin Olympic Games in front of the leader of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler.
Although Jesse Owens triumphed in the 1936 Berlin Olympic Games, his life was ultimately a tragedy due to the oppression he faced before the Olympics and the racism he experienced after his Olympic success. Jesse's life prior to his fame was no cakewalk. Jesse's first hardship he faced began the day he was born. He was born with chronic bronchial congestion and pneumonia. Nonetheless, he was expected to work, and he would often pick up to 100 pounds of cotton every day to help put food on their table. After their move to Cleveland, Owens had to combine his training schedule with jobs delivering groceries, loading freight cars, and working in a shoe repair shop. His family was constantly under financial stress. After it was clear he was going to be a star runner, he was accepted into The Ohio State University. But unlike the rest of the runners of his caliber, he received no scholarship to attend the prestigious university. The only reason he didn't receive a scholarship was because of his race. This forced him to work an array of odd jobs while being a student to pay his fees, from being a lift operator to pumping gas and to waiting tables. On top of this, Jesse had to find housing off campus, as the university didn't have any housing for people of color. Jesse's peak in track occurred in the 1930s, a time in which racism was very prominent. In spite of all these limitations, Jesse was still lucky to be able to attend Ohio State and compete on their track team. As his coach, Larry Snyder was one of the few U.S. coaches who even allowed black athletes to compete.
Although the Ohio State track team did not segregate, Owens continued to be isolated by certain rules already in place in society. When traveling with the team, Owens was not allowed to stay in the same hotels, and when they went out to eat, he could not attend the same restaurant.
Despite all of the struggles Owens faced during his life, he was still able to triumph and find great success. Starting in high school, he tied the world record for the 100-yard dash and the long jump, as well as set a new world record for the 220-yard dash. Owens did all this while facing constant racism and being a high school student.
Once in college, Owens became a dominant force. In his junior year, he entered 42 events. He won all 42 of these. He also developed a strong relationship with his coach and became the first black captain of an Ohio State athletic team. What Owens is most known for is his success in the 1936 Berlin Olympic Games.
Berlin, Germany was essentially the lion's den of World War II. Amidst growing tensions between the US and Germany, the Chancellor of Germany, Adolf Hitler, planned on using the Olympics to showcase the supremacy of the Aryan race and prove why Germans were better than the rest of the world. The Americans even considered boycotting the Olympics, as they didn't want to feed the burning fire that had already been started. But at the end of the day, the Americans traveled to Berlin along with Jesse Owens. Hitler was banking on German powerhouse track and field athlete Luz Long to win the majority of the events. However, it was Owens, one of the only African Americans in the Olympics, who triumphed the gruesome environment and won 4 gold medals. He set new world records in the 200-meter race, long jump, 400-meter relay, and he tied the world record for the 100-meter dash. Those spectating his display of athletics said his running was angelic-like and beautiful to watch. Jesse Owens triumphed physically with his 4 gold medals, as well as politically, as he proved the Germans wrong and made a statement for the U.S. After Jesse Owens had humiliated the Germans and made headlines across the world for his magnificent performance at the Olympics, he returned to the United States, which unfortunately had made little progress in their racist society. He single-handedly disproved the German claims of Aryan race supremacy, not once but 4 times, and for that he received nothing. People were appreciative of him winning at the Olympics, but still treated him as less of a man due to his race.
Best said by Jesse Owens himself, "After I came home from the 1936 Olympics with my 4 medals, it became increasingly apparent that everyone was going to slap me on the back, want to shake my hand, or have me up to their suite, but no one was going to offer me a job." According to Jesse, he was treated better in Germany, a nation on the verge of an ethnic cleanse, than in his own country. Unlike in the US, he was able to eat at the same restaurant and stay in the same hotel as the rest of his team. By no means was his time in Germany pleasant, but his own nation treated him like property and disowned him upon return to the US from Germany.
He received no congratulatory telegram from the president, he received no invitation to the White House to shake President Roosevelt's hand, and he received no opportunity to create a better life for himself. His life continued to go downhill, and he was forced to work several odd jobs, such as starting a Negro baseball league and starting a dry cleaning business. He even participated in demeaning sideshows, such as racing horses or giving people 10-second head starts in racing them, just to put food on his table. He was often criticized for participating in these humiliating contests, but he explained himself by saying, "I had 4 gold medals, but you can't eat 4 gold medals." His life continued to plummet until eventually, 3 years after making history and becoming a hero in the Olympics, he declared bankruptcy.
Although Jesse Owens' great feats in the 1936 Olympics brought immense national pride to Americans, it was overshadowed by his struggles growing up into a poor black family during the Great Depression, along with the horrible treatment he received after the Games, despite being an international celebrity and national hero for disproving the German claims for Aryan supremacy. All in all, Jesse Owens' life was still a tragedy more than a triumph. From the start of his life, it was evident that he was gifted, but he was born in the wrong time period to succeed in life. He was treated horribly throughout his life, and is being recognized as one of the greatest athletes ever to live only after his death, making his life a tragedy in the end.